I swear, the moment his heart stopped beating, the mountain itself seemed to sigh. I heard it, and I am sure it was heard throughout the whole kingdom. A low, deep groan that made the ground tremble under our feet. I still see his eyes, wide open, full of regret, and something else I couldn't name, but it was too late. He was gone. Today makes it 10 years. 10 long years. It seems only like yesterday. Every year, at this time, I come to the mountains looking for my lost love. They tell me I am wasting my time, but what else can I do? Perhaps the gods may take pity on me and answer my heartfelt cry. Or maybe the mountains will take me too, so I can be with my love. I will never marry another. No, I will never, for my heart is lost to him forever. Every day for the past 10 years, I have lived wishing for what will never be. My name is Zuri, and I come from the Janbali kingdom, where the clouds kiss the mountains, and the winds whisper secrets to the trees. Our land is rich in stories, passed down by the elders. But this one, it is not just a story. It is what I lived. I was only 18 when I met Ayo. He was the kind of man who could make the sun feel jealous. His laugh was like music. His voice is warm and steady, like the river that snakes through the valley. He was a herbalist, known for his skill in healing wounds and broken hearts alike. But there was one thing everyone warned me about. They warned me that Ayo had made a deal with the mountain. The Janbali people believe the mountain has a spirit, an ancient, powerful being that gives and takes as it pleases. Some said Ayo had saved his mother's life by offering his own heartbeat to the mountain's spirit. Others whispered that he had stolen something from the spirit, something precious, and that one day the mountain's spirit would come for him. I didn't care about the stories. To me, Ayo was just Iyo, the man who knew how to make me laugh when I wanted to cry, who sang to the stars because he believed they could hear him. We fell in love quickly, recklessly, as though we were racing against time. Maybe we were. Only the gods knew. All we knew was that we were in love and wanted to be together. Many days, I will daydream of the life we will have together. I choose to believe the gods will look upon our love and forgive. I choose to believe that together we will make it. I longed for our love to grow old. I longed for the children we will have, for the days we will sit together by the fire sharing stories. But many nights also I will see my love Ayo sitting outside by the fire in deep thought. Sometimes I will see the sorrow etched deep in his eyes, and I knew deep within me that my heart desires may never be fulfilled. One evening, as we sat by the fire outside his hut, I asked him about the rumors. He didn't laugh or brush it off like I thought he would. Instead, he grew quiet, his eyes fixed on the flames. "It's true," he said finally. "When I was a boy, my mother fell ill. As the days went by, she grew very ill. None of the herbs she was given could heal her or help ease her pains. She was all I have, and she was dying. I could not let her die. So one day, I ran to the mountain and begged the mountain spirit to save my mother. I promised my heart in return." I stared at him, not understanding. "But you're still alive," I said. Ayo smiled, a sad, fragile thing. Then he replied, "The mountain gave me time. It said I could keep my heart until I found something or someone worth losing it for." I felt my own heart tighten. "And now," I whispered. He looked at me, and in that moment, I knew. Now I have found you, he said. I wanted to believe we could fight it. I wanted to believe love was stronger than curses or spirits. I wanted to believe the gods will look upon our love and have pity. But strange things began to happen. The drums we used during ceremonies would beat on their own in the middle of the night. The birds that sang at dawn stopped coming to his hut. Deep in the night, you will hear murmurs. And then there was this ominous sound, the deep, rhythmic thump that came from the mountain itself, like a giant heart pounding louder and louder. The villagers knew something was wrong. The fear was on their faces. They avoided us as if we are cursed. The elders gathered and called me for a meeting. They asked me to leave Io. They warned me. The mountain doesn't forgive, they said. But how could I leave the person who was my entire world? The only one who understands and cares for me. The day of judgment came faster than I expected. Io said he needed to face the mountain spirit and try to bargain for more time. I didn't want to let him go alone, so I went with him to the mountain. The higher we climbed, the heavier the air felt, thick with something I couldn't explain. At the summit, the mountain was alive. The rocks glowed faintly and the air thrummed with that same heartbeat. Io stood tall, his voice steady as he called out to the spirit. I've come to pay my debt, he said, but spare her, take only me. The ground cracked beneath our feet, and a voice, deep, ancient, break and filled with sorrow, spoke from the air itself.
You dare bring her here? You dare let her witness what you owe?
Before I could stop him, Io stepped forward. The light around him grew brighter, almost blinding. The heartbeat quickened, each thump louder than the last, until it suddenly stopped. And so did Io. I fell to my knees, screaming his name, but there was nothing left of him, just silence. The mountain was still again, as though nothing had happened. But I knew better. Io's heart now belonged to the spirit, and I was left with the empty ache of his absence. I carry his memory with me every day. I bear the burden of the loss of my love greatly, along with the lesson I learned too late. The mountain gives, but it always takes more. My name is Zuri, and this is my story.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel at Folklores and Dreamscapes to enable us bring more stories your way.